winners keep winning and losers always are finding themselves in a place where they're trying to make things happen and they can't quite get over the hump and they're always struggling or they can't get it going and it's slow progress and they're beating themselves up, slapping themselves. Oh my God, going crazy, stressed out. Why? Because there's a certain mindset that people who win always continue to tap into. There's a certain, and not just mindset, but there's a certain level of emotion and energy that they're continually able to tap in order to win. See, a lot of times we try to make things happen, but we don't, especially in business, we don't realize that our most important asset is our brain. And if inside of your head isn't right, or if inside of your head you keep telling yourself negative things, or you're telling yourself why you can't do it, or why it'll never change, or why you can't get to the next level, or you have a victim mentality, or you're telling yourself things that's not putting you on a path to success, but it's putting you on a path to, destruction. It's putting you on a path to depression. It's putting you on a path to not living your dreams to your fullest potential. Then you'll never achieve what you want. Things. I mean, years ago I learned this. So about, I want to say maybe 2009, around 2009, I remember getting a phone call from my mother and saying, Terrell, listen, college is very expensive. And, and I understand, you need money to live, you need money to survive. I get it. I understand, but you're old enough right now. Like, you got to go and get a job. Click. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm stressing out. I'm like, oh my God, like I got to go. Cause I was at a point where, my mother was holding me down, she was giving me a couple of dollars, but it got to a point where, and I was kind of working, I was getting a couple hours here and there. I was working at Rite Aid and, I was getting a couple of dollars here and there, but my mother was largely supporting me by sending me money while I was in college. I went to a HBCU. So I remember getting that phone call from her, and it immediately put my mind in the state of, I got to figure out like what I need to do to continue to support myself and be great. I got to continue to be able to do that. But I didn't really understand or really know what I was going to do, because now that she cut off the financial supply, I'm like, I got to make something happen. So I remember having, one of my friends, one of my closest brothers and friends to this day came up to me and said, yo, Terrell, I got this opportunity for you. I said what it is. He told me at the time it was a network marketing company, and it was a company called Legal Shield, which before it was called Prepaid Legal, right? Some of y'all might see it if you're in the MLM space, right? So he approached me with it. I'm like, yo, listen, I'm with it. Like, if I can make money and there's something I can do, I'm like, I'm game. So I signed up for this company. And I just had to learn, right? Now, I've never been in anything like this before, so it was definitely a new experience. I had to work hard, bust my ass, try to really figure out how to work, how to explain the product and the service, and really try to help people and bring people on my team, right? For those who've been part of network marketing companies, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So that was it. But one of the things that they made us do was they made us jump on these calls. So I had to jump on like these weekly calls. They made us read books. So I was reading like chapters out of books. And one of the things, and I remember a particular time where I was finding it very hard to build the business. I was finding it very hard to get clients and get members on my team. And I would beat myself up and I would feel discouraged, and nobody doesn't want to buy from me. Nobody don't want to be on my team. You have to like recruit members on your team, and, people don't want to hear from me, and people are ignoring my calls. And I remember going down a negative spiral of just, can I do this? I can't do this. This is too hard. This is too much. Is this for me? And I would continually question myself if I had the ability and if I could do it. And the more that I stewed in those thoughts, and the more that I tried to figure it out and try to and worry myself if I can do it, the less results that I was able to get from that. So I remember I was talking to some folks on my team, and they got recruit, they got upline and all of that, right? So I remember I was talking to some folks on the team, and one of the things that they were saying, and I also heard it again at a conference that I went to, one of the company conferences, is that the power of a positive mindset. And what you tell yourself makes a is a big deal. And then I heard them talking about affirmations. You might want to write that down, affirmations. And I used and that was the first time that I really heard about speaking to myself positively, saying positive things to myself. So even Tony Robbins talks about it where it's incantations. So affirmations could be something that you don't necessarily say out loud. You can say it to yourself. And incantations is more you say it out loud, but you invoke your body. You make a move. You do something that allows you to feel the emotion, not just say the word. So, but I remember at the time they were talking about these affirmations, and I am powerful. I can do this. This is I'm the greatest. You hear a lot of, especially athletes do this, right? Floyd Mayweather was famous for this, and famous for saying hard work, dedication while he was boxing in the gym. This is too easy. This is like, he used to say like just a bunch of things, right? I'm Floyd Money Mayweather. Nobody could beat me. I'm the greatest. Muhammad Ali. I'm the greatest, right? And they used to say these, and a lot of times people, people who are not in our industry, who are not really enlightened to this, these are people who would be like, they mad cocky, or, you know what I'm saying? But I never looked at it. Once I started learning this, I never looked at that as cocky. I always looked at it outside of the entertainment side of it, but I always looked at it as I knew that they were affirming themselves. They're affirming themselves. It's just in the fact that they would talk to themselves positively and have those positive affirmations. And because they were saying it in a certain way, people overlook the fact that it's affirmations. But that's what that is. Those are positive affirmations that they're telling themselves. So that allowed them to be able to perform better. That's all you got? Oh, you can't hit me. I know you could do more than that. It sounds like they're being cocky, but it's actually positive affirmations that they're saying to themselves. So when I started learning about these positive affirmations, and then I started seeing these celebrities, I started seeing people who are the greatest at what they do, they talk to themselves in a different way than normal people talk to themselves. They talk to themselves in a way that allows them to be more confident, that gives them more energy, that gives them more self-esteem. They don't say that they can't do it. They say that they can do it. They don't say that, they don't say, woe is me, and I can't do nothing about the circumstance, and it's this fault. They don't blame anybody else. They say, I take control of my life. I am responsible for the circumstances that happen to me. Even if everything that happened to you is not your fault. We got to take responsibility back. So when you give yourself positive affirmations, what you're also doing is you're giving yourself the ability to say that you have control back over your life. And you're saying you can do it. I can do it. I am the best. I am the greatest. I will be great. I will speak in front of, thousands of people in the audience. I will transform the lives of my target audience. I will be able to travel around the world, or change lives around the world, or be great. I will create generational wealth for my family. I will leave a legacy that the world will remember until the end of time. You start saying these things, you can't help but feel a level of passion, a level of excitement, a level of enthusiasm. You can't help but feel it. But a lot of times we talk down about ourselves. And we say we can't do it, so that prevents us from getting to where we want to get to. That's the first thing, is really you want to start talking more positively about yourself. Give yourself some positive affirmations. Talk positively about yourself. Think positively about yourself. All right. Also, is start asking yourself different questions, right? Like what I noticed as I started really getting into this industry, and I started being around people who are making 7 figures, 8 figures over the summer. I was talking to a 9-figure earner. What I really noticed is that they ask themselves different questions, right? Than normal people ask, or not normal people, but people who are not really getting what they want to get out of life. They ask themselves different questions. So, some of the questions that I used to ask myself is, can I do this? What if this? I used to ask myself a lot of negative questions, and this is one of the reasons why it took me so long to get coaching and get mentorship, because I was always so skeptical. I was skeptical if I can get the help. I was, do I really have what it takes? Can I really help people? Will people value my advice and my expertise? Can I really make this happen? What if it doesn't work? Oh, that's a huge one. What if it doesn't work? What if they don't like me? What if they judge me? What if I fail at this? Can I really sustain this if I succeed at it? So a lot of people are afraid of success too, because they don't know if they can sustain the success. So I would ask myself these questions, and just the nature of the type of questions that I would ask myself will automatically put me into a negative response, a negative reaction. When you react negatively to something, you start to doubt yourself. When you start to doubt yourself, is that going to make you more motivated or less motivated?